It's got to be saving us something like 10 hours a week, I would have thought, when campaigns are really running. So 40 hours a month. That's a lot of man hours. I mean, if you add that up, what that costs from an employee point of view and an agency cost point of view, it's a lot of money. So you're probably looking at something like £4,000 a month. So I would say it could potentially be saving you in time, in agency time to do that work. So quite a hefty saving. So we're Influbase. We're a specialist micro influencer agency based in Soho in London. We're a startup, so we've been going about 14 months. And our specialism is to do with creating great campaigns for marketeers who want to work with micro-influencers in particular, because of the sort of high engagement and the authentic content that those micro-influencers can generate. We were getting a lot of interest, actually, because Influbase started really because clients were asking us at Blogstar, we'd like to do some influencer marketing campaigns. How do we do that? So we started looking around to see how best to do discovery, which is obviously one of the really tricky bits. The marketers statistically say that's the most difficult thing that they find to do. So we were looking around for a service that could help us do that. And we were lucky enough to run into MightyScout quite early on and had a chat with Joe. And we've been working with them pretty consistently over the last sort of 14 months. MightyScout's allowed us to really automate the tracking part of it, which is brilliant. I mean, before this, obviously Excel spreadsheets and manual work is very time consuming. And one of the great things about MightyScout is the ability to track the campaign on a daily basis, show the client what posts have been made, what the engagement is, what the reach is, and then also you've got your overall campaign stats at the bottom of it. So that part of the MightyScout system has been very useful for us, and particularly I guess as an agency, the ability to white label that as well at times has been good. It makes us look good, so MightyScout's helping us look good in the face of the client. The time saving using a system like MightyScout has got to be hours on any one campaign. I mean, if you imagine trying to do this manually each day, find the post, find the engagement, it would be hours of work. So yeah, I mean, it's a very, very efficient way of doing that part of the campaign. It's got to be saving us something like 10 hours a week, I would have thought, when campaigns are really running. So 40 hours a month. That's a lot of man hours. I mean, if you add that up, what that costs from an employee point of view and an agency cost point of view, it's a lot of money. So you're probably looking at something like £4,000 a month. So I would say it could potentially be saving you in time, in agency time to do that work. So quite a hefty saving. I typed something very specific into Google and up you popped. That was it. I can't exactly what it was. I typed in exactly, but it was a late night Google search, and you guys popped up. So pleased to find you. I think when we engaged with you, it was clear that we could do this we're a startup influencer marketing agency. So everything we're doing is really very, very the costs have to be watched very carefully, and it was clear that we could work with MightyScout to develop a business together, like a partnership, which wasn't going to cost us, the price of entry wasn't going to give us a nosebleed. We could get in there at a reasonable cost that we could afford as a startup agency, and then also as we roll along, as the campaigns get bigger and bigger, we can adjust according to the income that we're seeing. So, and again, the ability to sort of, when campaigns are slowing down, to take the throttle off. So that the cost was important, and also talking to Joe about the product itself, and just getting a feel that the ability to talk to the people behind the system as well was very good. I think inspired a lot of confidence, and we got a sense of what MightyScout were trying to do as a business, and it feels more like a partnership than a sort of you're a company, we're a company kind of thing. It was all round. It seemed to fit with what we wanted to do at that point. It's one of those ones where we actually want to kind of keep it a bit of a secret if we can, which doesn't help MightyScout, but in a way it's a testimony to what we think, how good we think MightyScout is, and how useful it's been to us. we don't really. We kind of think, well, should we really be telling people about this? Because we feel like it's a bit of a best kept secret in a way. But I think, it's we would certainly obviously recommend your discovery and campaign tracking abilities, and for any company that's looking to create maybe bespoke lists in certain areas, as we work in all sectors. I'd say it's a fantastic resource. So I would absolutely recommend it.